Hmm? He tried calling me. Yo, what's up, dude? Hello. Hold on. Uh, testing, testing. Can you hear me? Hello? I can't hear you. If you can hear me, cool. Oh, now I can hear you. There you. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Oh, I posted it on my Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. What? Call me a liar? I see how it is. No, it's okay. I forgive you. Yeah. Would I know because you'd be like, yo, you're a liar. And I'd be like, I ain't lying. I'm just cool. Oh my god. Where's the actual link? Like, you want the goddamn URL? Like, I don't have the damn URL. You think this is America? Oh. Fuck China. Not anymore. I stopped playing that crappy music. No, I should just only have it play that song all the time. Just that one song. And then everyone will be like, oh my god, China. And I'll be like, no one gives a shit, goddamn. And they'll be like, someone cares in China. And I'm like, who? uh, yeah, I was trying to think of some, like, more ideas for, like, that weird, like, that button mash idea that you had. Yeah. I definitely know fighting games are definitely an obvious one because it's like, you know, it's entertaining watching people like button mash and then like get wins when they till they should, but it's more entertaining when both players are doing it because it's like you don't know who's gonna win at that point, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I think what we should... Go ahead. Yeah, that is true. Oh, I can go up here. I didn't even know that. Huh. Whoa. But, yeah, so, like, yeah, fighting games for sure. Um, it's like, I guess the tricky part is, right, it's kind of like, with certain other games, it's like, you know, like, mentally, like, you don't want to. Yeah. Whoa. I hear double Ian. That's all good, dude. It just trips me out whenever I hear my own voice. I sound like a bitch. um, but yeah, like I feel like with other games, it's like it's trickier because it's like I feel like in order to make it believable or people to like actually, you know, think that we're intentionally doing it, like have a setup where it shows like the controller, like so like shows us like holding the controller and like actually so they can see like we're actually inputting the wrong buttons and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like so it's like you're playing like Doom and it's like, oh fuck, I didn't mean to throw a grenade, but I threw a grenade. Oh shit, I should have been shooting the dude in the head. Oh, guy shot his like fucking foot or something, you know? Like I think Doom would be a hilarious game to try it out, especially like Doom Eternal, because it's like a really fast-paced game. So, you know, it would. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh my god, that's what we should do. We should do like Pokemon attack, like basically, but like when we're battling, we like fucking pick like get like a number generator where it picks like 1 through 4, and like whatever number it lands on, we have to use that specific attack. Yeah, right. Well, I don't know about that, but it'll be like whatever, like, no, like we'd still be able to bring like teams that we make or shit, or like I think for that challenge it'd be better if we use teams that like we rent out or whatever, like the rental system in the game, because then it's like we don't even know, like we might have a general idea of what the team does, but it's like it'd just be hilarious because be like some VGC teams and we're just like button mashing basically, seeing who can win. Yeah, rental. Yeah. Cause like if oh my god, why is my character doing weird shit? Yeah, that's true. Ooh. Nice. Like, what do you mean by like they were like doing the voices of like what the characters were saying, basically? Oh, like that shit. Yeah. What a tantalizing battle! Whoa. Oh my god, I remember that. some of the shit was. Yeah, some of the shit that they said in those games was like funny as hell. Like what? The battle could end at any time. Who will be victorious? Oh, quick attack! He's so fast! I believe so. I think it also came out on Nintendo 64. Yeah. Like the oh yeah, XD. I don't remember playing it. Or maybe I did. I don't know. No, I think one of my friends had it. True. Yeah. Was it you that I was talking to about the... Yeah, I think it was you I was talking to about Mortal Kombat Deception yesterday, I think it was. Mortal Kombat Deception, I think I was talking to you about that yesterday, right? Yeah, yeah. I was like, I think I did. I'm like, I'm pretty sure. I think that was Armageddon, actually. Hazard. Hazardous waste. Hazard. Fucking. You're talking about that one guy. What was it? Mentaro, I think. Oh wait, no, you're talking about the dude who looks like a fucking, like, weird cat hybrid motherfucker. That guy, right? I thought that was Mentaro. No, Mentaro's the centaur dude. Oh, what's that dude's name? I know who you're talking about, though, yeah. Yeah. He was a crypt stalker. Tales from the Crypt. He was a cryptologist. He was a Kryptonian! Ha ha ha! He hang out with Kal-El. Kal-El! What do you mean? They always look like this. Yeah, so basically, like, it shows essentially when you like have like the game showing the controller, like the inputs that you do and stuff like that. It basically is showing the inputs that I'm doing with the controllers, basically. But like the right stick is showing like the right foot, basically, and like its motions, and then the left one is showing the other foot, the one that's blue shoed. So it's like, I guess, easily distinguishable if someone's like, oh, how did they do that trick in, like, whatever stance or something. I don't fucking know. I don't think having the shoes that color is, like, the way to go, but, you know. True. Oh, yeah. Kinda, yeah. Like the inputs and everything. Like when you're doing the, like, tutorial shit in Mortal Kombat. War Gods. I don't think I've ever heard of that game. And why is that? Oh. Oh no, I've played some pretty shitty fucking Mortal Kombat games. Oh, what was this one game? There was this, like, I don't remember what system it was for, but there was like this Star Wars fighting game, like way back in the day. I think it was like either, yeah, that game. That game was fucking weird and interesting. Yeah, I remember, like, I never had an N64. I think I knew, like, one person who had one. Nice. Ah, no, dude, PS1 was my fucking jam. I love that system. Yeah. It still baffles me, like, how far, like, games have come. in like such a short period of time, like graphics and everything, dude. It's insane. Like I had actually had a coworker the other day. I think we were talking about like Pokemon, and he was like, "Oh man, like yeah, you know, I love the originals. Like the original games were all so good." I'm like, "Yeah, Gold and Silver were my jam, right?" And then he like looks at me. He's like, "Wait, you never played like Red and Blue?" I'm like, "I never said I didn't play Red and Blue. Those were the first games I had. I was just stating that, you know, Gold and Silver were like years better, you know." Like, oh yeah, like no, yeah, for sure. Like the originals are like true. I mean, let's be real. Gold and Silver, bro. You know why they were the best? I'll I'll tell you one reason, motherfucking T-Tar. Actually, it's funny because like back in the day, like when I played the original Gold and Silver, like I don't think I really even used Tyranitar, or like maybe I did, but I just don't remember. But I remember like using like Typhlosion, and I got him to like I basically did a run where I got him specifically to level 100 before the Elite Four, and just like slaughtered them. Yeah. Well, it's like the newer games too. It's like they make it so easy to level up Pokemon, especially Sword and Shield, with the like the EXP candies and shit. Oh yeah, Feraligatr is dope, dude. I love that guy. Like like all the original starters from like the first like few games were really cool. You know, I love their like designs and everything. Platinum was... Oh, who was Platinum? Embor, I think it was. Embor, the penguin motherfucker. Oh, yeah, yeah. What was Platinum? Yeah. Platinum was part of, what? Platinum was what gen? That was Gen 4, yeah, so it'd been... No, Blaziken wasn't in... Who was the fire one for that? I swear to God it was Embor. Hold on. Oh yeah, Infernape, that asshat, yeah. Infernape, Empoleon, that was the penguin's name. It's coming back to me now. And then Torterra? Wasn't it Torterra was the, yeah. See? I know Pokemon. Yeah. I think, yeah. Ow. Yeah. I definitely know that that was, like, that series, like, Diamond and Pearl, like, I don't think they were, like, the best. Because, like, you know, you had, Gen 1, 2, and 3 were all, like, really good. I don't think I really played much of Diamond and Pearl, to be honest. Like, I think that was, like, around when I just didn't play that much. Yeah, right, like, And it's funny because like those are the games that the remakes are coming out for, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna give these a chance, you know. But, you know, I also think it's funny how what was that Zelda game that they had a remake of in like recent years? Was it Link's Awakening? I think. Yeah, I love how the graphics for the Diamond and Pearl remakes are literally the same graphics as the Link Awakening remake. Like, did you notice that? Like, the character models and shit? It was announced, like, a couple months ago, I think. As well as an open-world Pokemon game. Yeah, Legends Arceus. Ah, yes, finally agrees with me on Sword and Shield, thank God. No, I'm joking. Yeah. I mean, like, it's sad because it took, like, literally the Crown Tundra to make those games, like, really good. You know, but it's like, if you have to have DLCs come out to make your game actually good, that's usually not a good thing. You know what I mean? Like... I mean, yeah, it definitely does. Which is sad. Yeah. I'm like, when they can't even make trees look like trees, like, you know there's something wrong. And, like, I get the arguments that some people try to have, but it's like, okay, you want to argue with me about how the game looks fine, it doesn't look like shit. You want to tell me that, alright, let's go play Breath of the fucking Wild, and then you can tell me that this game was, on like, supposed to be a goddamn fucking Game Boy game. You know, like... Yeah, and like that's why I always thought it was funny. Like people try to argue, like, oh, like have arguments for the graphics and like defending them, and I'm like, dude, literally go play Breath of the Wild, and then you can come back and talk to me when you actually understand where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? Like I get that Game Freak isn't quote unquote Nintendo, but they're basically fully associated with the name Nintendo. They basically made Nintendo as popular as they are now. Like, yeah. But like that's just one of those things where I was like, when people try to argue that shit with me, like the graphics and stuff, I was just like, no, you're not winning this argument. Like, I'm not. Uh-huh. When I say Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon have better graphics on the 3DS than Sword and Shield, then I'm gonna say they look as good as, like, maybe X and Y. It's like... I'll give them that. Yeah. I'm like, the way Sword and Shield looked, like, it could have literally easily just been on the 3DS, and it would have been fine. You know? Of course, you know, the Nintendo's argument's like, well, technically the Switch can be a handheld. I'm like, yeah. But if your argument's that, then I'm not going to go out of my way to buy a Pokemon game only to play it in handheld mode to defend what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm not, that's not what I'm buying a Pokemon game for a home console for, you know? Like, yeah. Yeah, like a third-party game looks better on the Switch than like a first-party Nintendo game. Like, owie. Yeah, like even off the dock, it doesn't look like as good. Yeah. I mean, yeah, now, like, obviously some games aren't going to look as good in handheld mode because it's not putting out, like, the same graphic output and everything, but, you know, once again, when I play Breath of the Wild in handheld mode, it still looks amazing, you know? So, like, even though I hate the game, but... Uh-huh. Yeah. And, like, even if we're not arguing graphics, right? It's like once again, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Handheld game. Had more features, had more Pokemon, had more just everything, and had a better story mode, you know, than this fucking designed for console Pokemon game. Where they could have done so much more. I mean, hell, I haven't played much of the Pokemon Snap game, even though I bought it, you know? But, like, holy shit, like, the graphics in that game, I'm like, if this next actual, like, if, like, the next actual Pokemon installment looks as good as this, holy shit, like, that would be amazing, you know? Oh no, from what the screenshots show, it looked okay, but definitely nowhere near as good as the new Pokemon Snap game looks. And then of course people will argue like, oh well, you know, new Pokemon Snap was developed by Bandai Namco. It's like, okay, great, get Game Freak to partner with them to make the next fucking console game, you know, like if they have to go with another developer to make their shit like look good and actually be good. Please, by all means, do that, you know? Like, they'll still make a shit ton of money because it's Pokemon. You know, like, that's not really an issue. I mean, shit, they still made, like, stellar sales for Sword and Shield, but... yeah. And, like, the wild, like... Well, actually, in my opinion, the wild area was the best part of the base game, like, which is saying a lot, you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, like, no, that feature was fine, but it's like, it's like my issue is, it's like that feature, okay, like the battle, like the end battle graphics looked really good. Like, they did not look like shit, you know, but everything outside of the battle graphics looked like a fucking game a 3-year-old designed on, like, Linux, you know, like... Yeah, like, when everything else looks good, except for your actual game, then you have a problem. You know. I mean, regardless, you know. And then, I think, obviously, you already know my biggest gripe with those games. No. The lack of all the Pokemon that ever existed in previous games being in a Pokemon game. Like... I mean, they don't have to have them all at once, you know, but whereas every other game ever made did, you know, except for apparently this game. And their excuse as well, you know, we couldn't put that much graphic fidelity into our game. Like, bitches, nah, I don't give a shit what you're saying. Put all the damn Pokemon in your goddamn Pokemon game. When all 720 Pokemon could literally just be in... Okay, there was maybe... Let me think. I think they added like a total of... I want to say in the ballpark of like maybe 50 new Pokemon, maybe a little bit more. But when the previous game was on a handheld device and it could have every Pokemon, like all 700 or whatever, 600 at the time, in it and do just fine on a handheld, there's really no excuse, you know? like, there's no excuse at that point, in my opinion. You know, I'm just like, I'm wondering, like, who in their board of, like, employees thought that would be a funny, like, a great idea. Like, oh, hey, you know this game that's about catching and collecting them all? What if we made it about collecting and catching some of them? Even though we've been having the same pattern and, you know, mindset for the past, you know, 20 plus years. No, let's just ditch that entirely, you know? Like, what? Because it... What do you mean? Like, making the games? No, they still produce the games in Japan. Which is, like, even funnier because they're all about, like, making games, like, really good. You know? But... yeah, like, that shit pissed me off because I was like, there's no excuse. Like, really, there is no excuse for not adding... like, you didn't have to add them in all at one time, you know, just so they could test to see what the, you know, game could and couldn't handle. But, you know, they could have released all Pokemon from previous games into the game through the DLCs, you know. And they almost did, but they are still, like, missing almost, like, 200 Pokemon. So it's like, what? You know? Yeah, I'm all for that, actually. That sounds like a great idea to me. I think what they should do, in my personal opinion, is do what they did with the handheld, like the 3DS, and re-release the original versions of, like, the games and stuff, you know, because, like, remember how they had the, they released, I think, Red, Blue, Yellow, and then Gold, Silver, I think, on, like, the, for, like, 3DS and shit? Yeah, like, I think that's what they should do, for the consoles at least, you know, like, just, because, like, think if they, like, actually, like, did a port of, like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like, how awesome would that be, you know? Like, because that's, like, that was one of those, like, games that they released that was, like, amazing, because, like, at the time, you know, those were the first games where Pokemon would actually could follow you, you know? Not like in the friggin' Crown Hunt, or, no, it wasn't Crown Hunt. The Isle of Armor DLC, where they were like, oh yeah, Pokemon can kind of follow you. Not really, but they kind of can. You know, maybe sometimes. Cinderace. Cinderace. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, like, in a... just, it's fucking just going, it's going full Naruto at you. Yeah, true. But actually, you know what, here's actually what really bothered me. Okay, so I just remember this, and how did I forget? I don't know. But the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games, right? Like, fantastic, because they were basically remakes of Red and Blue, just not called Red and Blue. But those even looked fantastic on the Switch. Like, those games looked amazing, and Pokemon could do what? Follow you. What? You know? And then you could see the Pokemon in the overworld, which was, like, super awesome as well, you know what I mean? And it's like, how do you release those games and then take like 30 steps backwards with Sword and Shield, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how they manage that. Trust me, you'll play those and you'll be like, how is Sword and Shield even an actual game? Trust me, like, those games are like way better. Because they're essentially, they're just Red and Blue remakes. That's really all they are. You know. But for those games to, like, look better than Sword and Shield, you know? Like, what? I don't know, like, there's just a lot to be desired. I mean, supposedly Game Freak was quote-unquote rushed to make, like, to release Sword and Shield, and that's why they said that they look like not as good and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, but still, that's not really an excuse in my opinion, you know? Yeah, exactly. Ow. Yeah, and it's like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just hope that like, the Diamond and Pearl remake, what the fuck's a remake? I hope, yeah, they're new monsters. I hope the Rimmeraids, I hope those do well. I hope those are good, and then I hope the, weird open world game that they're gonna try is actually good, because, like, if it is, dude, like, oh my god. Like, let's... Hmm? What do you mean? Cheerios Gold. No, I like Cheerios Gold now. I'm calling it that from now on. Soul Silver and Cheerio Gold. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, like, yeah, let's not go in chronological order, because, you know, why would we want to do that? Well, supposedly the reason that they're doing the Diamond and Pearl one, like, doing that direction, is because, like, those have been the most requested remakes for games in, like, for years now, because fans are like, ah, you haven't remade Diamond and Pearl yet. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But at the same time, it's like, if you're that passionate about those games, go buy a goddamn Nintendo DS and play them on there. Play the fucking original versions. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, don't threaten someone's fucking life. Like, yeah. Like, you can find an original DS online for, like, a fair price. Like, it probably wouldn't even be that much, to be honest. Like, probably find one for, like, 50 or 60 bucks, yeah. Yeah, sure, exactly. But everyone's like, no, I need it on this new console, and I need it now. It's my money, and I need it now. Yeah. 1-800-77 cash now. Jesus, I remember those fucking commercials. Oh my god, I remember, like, when those ads were, like, all over fucking TV and shit. Like, that's all you ever saw. Yeah, right. It's like those one commercials that you just like miss because of how like just nostalgic they were, just funny or stupid. And then you're just like, wait, but if that commercial came back, Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there or my one of my favorite commercials was the Dumas, the dumbass one. Have you ever seen that one? That shit was funny. So, Mr. Dumbass, the name's Dumas. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's just fucking cookies that you dip in ice cream. Yeah, man. Like, we definitely had like the era of like really good commercials for sure. I mean, there's still some good commercials nowadays, but like they're usually like kept for all the Super Bowl shit, you know? Like those are when we get like really good commercials. Like I think a recent my favorite one of my more favorite ones, I think it wasn't even from it wasn't even a commercial, but it was like an ad at one of the whatchamacallits, E3 or some shit like that. But it was like they do from Key and Peele basically like playing Skyrim on like the fucking Alexa system. Like basically. That shit was fucking great. Oh my god. Yes. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Owie. I don't think I remember that one. No, it doesn't ring a bell. I'll look it up at some point. You should link it to me. I need the URL stat. Forget about it. Forget about it. You can basically do the tricks the way you want to. Yeah, call it 1-800-77-cash now. Yeah. Dum bum. Yeah, I'm excited because apparently they're making a new Skate game, like Skate 4, and hopefully it comes out on like current like PS4, like PlayStation systems, because like the one thing that fucking Xbox has right now that I'm jealous and pissed off about is that you can play like the original Skate games on them, because like of like if you download them from like the marketplace or whatever, or if you just have them. Oh yeah, like way better. Like the controls in those games are like super refined and like actually responsive, so you can actually do what you're trying to do. Whereas these controls are like, yeah, obviously I make this shit look like good, but these controls are wonky as fuck. And like the worst part is like if you try to grind, like grinding in this game like on a rail or anything is so fucking weird. I hate it. with like a fiery passion, because like, which is weird because I'm like, it's a skateboarding game. Why would grinding feel like weird? You know what I mean? Like that's a core element of skateboarding. You know. What the hell was that? did did you see that shit? I like reverse power slid or something. That was weird, huh? Gotta love physics. But yeah, I don't know, like I think with skateboarding games it's like why I love the skate series. Like those games, it's just because like the controls are like really good and like the gameplay was actually fun, you know, like because with yeah, obviously the Tony Hawk games are always to be like awesome no matter what, you know, like but in those games there's only like really so much you can do in terms of tricks and everything. Plus like with the skate series, like you basically had one giant open world map you could just go do anything on, you know. Whereas with Tony Hawk games, it's like, okay, you have a bunch of smaller levels, but like even those levels after a while can kind of just get repetitive and kind of stale, you know. Except for School 2, which will, you know, but even then, that can still get stale. Yeah, I mean, I guess I do. Now, like back in the day, obviously I never did, but like that's because those were the games that we had. Like we didn't have like the skate series and shit like that, you know. Well, yeah, because this game wasn't given like a really big budget and everything, so it's like, you know, and unfortunately, the developers of this game focus more on the PC version than they do the console version. Like, they've released a bunch of new maps, online modes, and everything for the PC version, and there hasn't been an actual update for the console versions in, like, over 2 months now. I think it came out last year. I want to say... maybe early this year. I don't remember. I think it was like late last year is when it came out. Huh? What do you mean? Oh no, this isn't any of those. This is a completely different series. This is called Skater XL. Yeah. Like the controls are almost the same, but yeah, that's about it. Wait, say that again? Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's why, like... But the control, like, when I picked this game up for, like, the first time, learning the controls and everything was so weird because it's, like, vastly, like, yeah, the Skate series use the analogs to, like, do your tricks and everything. But the way they did the layout for them and, like, how you control your character, like, so in the Skate series, the right stick basically controls whether you're like do like ollies or nollies, right? Like, but in this game, the right stick controls your right foot and the left stick controls your left foot. So like it's basically like in Skate, to do a kickflip, you just pull back on one analog and you flick it to the left, right? But in this game, you have to pull the right stick back, and then when you ollie, you have to flick the left stick, basically, to do a kickflip. Like, it was super weird to learn. Like, I don't even know why they made it so convoluted. Yeah, it took me so long to learn how to do those in this game, dude. It was like, oh my god. It was like a chore. Oh yeah, dude. Like it took me a good month before I even felt like anywhere near comfortable with the controls. Like even now, I still don't feel super comfortable with them at times. Like obviously, it doesn't look that way, you know. But like, and then to do like yeah, that's another thing. So like, in order to do 180s, you have to hold like either the back like bumper trick buttons basically. Whereas in Skate, you basically use the left stick. Like, so if you use the left stick to like turn basically either direction in the air. So like that was another thing. It doesn't like that's you know, like it's not natural. That's why the Skate series did a much better job with even stuff like that, because it's like it felt more natural to control your, you know, like the flip tricks and stuff with one analog, and then like the spins with the other, you know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know, like the control scheme and everything for this game, oh my god, it was horrible to learn. Yeah. Oh no, trust me, it's weird. It's super weird and convoluted. Now, like, if you haven't played like any of the Skate games, you know, like these controls might not be as bad to learn, you know, but like someone like me who religiously played the Skate games, it was so hard to learn these controls, dude. Like, uh-huh. Yeah, but like with those games, like yeah, it felt weird at first, obviously, because you know, once again, coming from like the Tony Hawk games, yeah, playing a game where like the sticks control my tricks, you know, like yeah, that was weird as hell to learn, but the learning curve was much nicer than these games, and then this game, I should say. You know, like this game is like your brain is like overthinking every time you try to do a trick. You're like, oh shit, you know, like, like wow, what do I do? Ah. Oh, you want me to, oh yeah, you wanted to see if I could clear that one stair set. That's right. Hold on, what was it? The one we were talking about yesterday. I've done it before. Like I have like little clips I've saved of me landing it and everything. Granny Park. I'm gonna go do some skateboarding at the skate park. Granny, you're too old. Granny McDapple. Oh. That was almost the one. It was the chosen other one. Yeah. I don't know, like... This game is fun, like, don't get me wrong, but it's like... I don't know. Like, the learning curve and everything's so weird. I don't know. And then sometimes when you go to even do, like, a basic trick, the controls would be like, oh, you just barely push this control stick this direction, so now you're doing this trick instead, haha. You know? And it's like, wait, what? That's not what I even did. And the game's like, deal with it, that's what you did. Ah, I clipped the last stair. Yeah, it's really weird. For sure, like, oh, trust. No. The marker, basically. Yeah. Yeah, that shit pisses me off, too. Like, I remember when I didn't know that was a thing, because, like, the PC version had been out for a bit. You know, before the console version. I know. I swear they nerfed the speed of your character in this game. They had to. You know, like, that wasn't a thing I knew about, like, was gonna be a thing. Because in, like, the Skate series, right? If you bail, wherever... Hey, there we go. Cleared it. Yeah, you got to witness me clear it, too, doing a cool trick. I'll try to do a 360 flip down it now. Oh, that's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Yeah, like, but with the Skate series, it's like... Another thing, too, you could actually, like... Get off your board... Oh, I didn't clear it. It looked like it did, but I didn't. You could, like, get off your board and shit, which was, like, really cool, you know? And then, well, like, in the second... Started with the second game, you could. Not the first game. But, oh, Jesus, where's my guy going? Bro, where are you going? Oh, into a wall. And that was really cool, but, like, yeah, if you fell in those games, like, it didn't, like... Oh, restart you at the beginning of the map, you know, like... It, like, started you, like, right where you fell. And, like, that was always really nice. So, when I was playing this game, I remember, like, the first time I fell, and I was, like, halfway across the map, all of a sudden it was, like, I was back at the beginning, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I was like, how the hell did I get back at the beginning of the, like, map or whatever? You know? Yeah. Yeah. And, like, I don't mind that, but it's like, when I'm on a bigger map, and all of a sudden, you know, like, I'm, like, all the way across it, and I mess up on, like, a simple trick, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, you're back at the beginning of the map now, have fun, bye, you know? It's just, like, that... Yeah. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, I don't know, like... I mean, see, that's another thing, too, like, in older games, I could understand, like, that being a thing. No. Damn it. I'm gonna land this 360 flip, man. It's gonna happen. Keep clipping the bottom step, it's pissing me off. Oh. Well, I mean, you've witnessed me do it at least one time so far today. Oh, I took all logic and threw it out the window. Oh, here we go. Oh, I've discovered a new way to get more speed. Excellent. Excellente. Damn it. I hit the bottom stair again. Fucking Christ, man. Yeah, right. Like... Oh, nope, that killed my speed. Thanks, game. I wanted my speed to die. Super considerate of you, game. How dare you? Oh my god, really? Really, game? I hate you too. Oh. Hate your hate. Hate tastes great. Yeah, right, that's this... Especially for, like, this, like, area. Oh my god, come on, dude. Hold on, I want to show you this one clip that I had, like... what was it? Replay. On this map. This shit was funny. Yeah, actually when I first started doing this gap, I had to use, like, grabs to basically clear it. But, like, and then I discovered that you could actually clear it without them, and I was like, yeah. Yeah, this shit right here is funny. Hold on, oh, I think it's this clip, is it? Yes, okay. This shit's hilarious. Oh, hold on. No, that's not, my god. Game, I hate you, stop it. Alright. How do I get rid of the... There we go. This is a clip I did, like, one of the clips I did from when I, like, was first, like, messing around on this gap. I thought this shit was fucking hilarious. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make it. Land on the cone. Right. I was just like, oh, I didn't even intend for that to happen, so like that's why it was like super cool. But yeah, right. uh, let's see, what's another? What was this trick? I don't remember this one. What was this one? Yeah, but like, yeah, this game also has like, as you can tell, like a replay editor, which is kind of cool. But like, I'm not very good with the replay editor. It's like it's really crappily designed. Oh yeah, that was a 360 flip I had done down it. What's another cool one I got? And this one was really nice looking. It was just a nice front side flip, basically. That's what this one is. Yeah, right? Like, I need some terrors in my clothes. Picture perfect, like, Andrew Reynolds frontside flip. that one was nice. Oh, I think. Let me see, what was another one I did? What the hell was this one? Oh, this one wasn't the stair set, but this one was, like, kind of cool. It's a random, like, spot I found, basically. And I was like, whoa, I could do tricks over the side and it'd make it look nice. Cool. Yeah, right. Oh, there's a giant fucking, like, billboard thing. Let me just do a trick over it. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't, like, and it's funny because, like, there's this guy I watch on YouTube who, like, is really good at that kind of stuff, but, like, even then, even he's, like, how, like, when he has, like, when Rodney Mullen will, like, slide on the board, but the board's on its, like, side and shit like that, you know? And it's like, you watch that shit and you're just like, how does the physics of this even work? You know, like how does it work? I don't understand. True. You know, but it's like when it's like sideways and shit and he's like sliding on the ground and shit while it's sideways on the ground, I'm like, dude, what? And like it's like just the fact that he does it so naturally is like what's like really crazy, you know. There we go. Yeah, true. You won't be. Oh yeah, like I'm like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But like, yeah, he's like still one of like the most innovative skaters like to date for sure. Like in some of the stuff he. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean he basically brought like street skating and stuff like that to like the forefront as well, you know. Yeah, you should check out this. I'll link a video of it, but like there's this guy on YouTube called Johnny Geiger. I think he's like, I don't know if he's like what country he was from, but like this dude like is super good with like flat ground stuff. Like that's what he specializes in. And like one of the series he does is like the impossible tricks of Rodney Mullen, basically, where he like goes and tries to like learn like primo slides or like some of the crazy flip tricks that Rodney's done, that are like almost impossible. Like you're just like, how would someone even be able to do this? You know? And like, oh yeah, oh yeah, it is like. Oh hell yeah, I do. He's one of my favorite skaters, man. I do. Oh yeah, especially like when he gets on those like small little mini ramp, like the little mini vert ramps, and he does like the stalls and like does all the crazy tricks out of them and shit too. And it's like, how are you that like good? Like even just his manual combo tricks that he does is like insane, you know? Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty good. I remember him. So yeah, I remember him. I think my favorite skater though, like, hands down will always be Rodney Mullen, because, you know, Rodney Mullen. But, Chris Cole is definitely, yeah. Chris Cole is definitely one of my, like, top favorites as well. Like, that dude's insane. Oh, yeah. I remember his, like, his whole, like, thing, like, he was, didn't he do, like, I think, oh, what was the shit that he did? Was it? No, I don't think it was that. But yeah, I know he did, I did, like, a bunch of, like, crazy stairs and rails and shit. Yeah. Yeah, Eric Austin was always pretty, like, gnarly. Like, just a lot of, like, the OG, like, big name skaters were always, like, super crazy good, you know? Especially back in their heyday. And, but, like, even... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, wasn't he was on, like, Mystery Skateboards or something like that company, I think. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, some of those people are just like... I'm like, I have a high pain tolerance, but goddamn. Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's like, I'm good. I would like to keep my brain cells, thank you. Yeah. Oh, he's still pretty good. Like, who's another? Chris Joslin is another really good one. Like, he came like, I'll like link a bit of his the on the MySpace. I'll link it on MySpace. Okay. Oh man, remember MySpace, dude? Hell yeah. Probably, but no one fucking uses it. Yeah, which is funny because now everyone just hates Facebook because it's like all the political banter and everything, and now Facebook is like garbage. I think that's what I loved about MySpace so much is like we didn't have those kind of like annoying things that we dealt with. Like people just communicated to communicate, you know what I mean? And then you would go on people. Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I think the main thing with like MySpace too that they did right was like making it so like the communication was more like tight knit and everything. So it's like you wouldn't see a bazillion people's like shit on like the dumbest crap that no one cared about, you know? Yeah, true. But no, man, MySpace, the fucking playlists and shit, dude. Remember that? Like, putting your like music playlist on that shit was so cool. I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like really cool. Oh, damn. I didn't know you could even do that. Oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, like all those like crazy animations and backgrounds people had and shit. Yeah, those were the days. Like, oh, wow, super amazing. Shit that no one cares about, yay. I can make my letters super sparkly. Yeah, right, that's it. That's literally all you do. Yeah, I don't know. Facebook has a lot to be desired, man. Like, MySpace just did that shit, like, perfectly. Yeah. Yeah, and it's so sad, dude, like... It's like everyone's just up each other's butts about the stupidest bullshit. And it's like, yo, we have lives, man. Like, let's actually enjoy them and, like, not try to kill each other over stupid bullshit that is not gonna, like, destroy your fucking livelihood. Man, when I lived in the South, dude, I literally had... I had black customers. I am, as you know, I'm like the most non-racist individual, right? But like, I remember I had this customer one time at like the Walmart I worked at who like legit was like trying to say some shit, and then he was like, you know, you're just a racist, and I was like, what? I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, yeah, you are because you're white, and I'm like, so you're telling me every white person by default is racist, even if they're not. He's like, yeah. I'm like, so in my defense, then you're racist because in my eyes, every black person is a racist by default. You know, and I'm just like, that's like the dumbest thing I like have ever heard. And I was like, all right, man, like if you want to live your life thinking that, go for it. But I can tell you that's bullshit. I'm like, yeah, and it's like it's that exactly. You know, that's why I like when he said that. I just like looked at him and I was like, what? You know, like that's not how that works. Like in the slightest. It's like, yeah, my stepdad is this like used to be a super freaking racist, but it's like because he was actually racist. You know, but like saying someone's a racist because of the color of their skin is like the dumbest bullshit. You know. Yeah, right, like, oh, by def... Yeah, right. I'm just gonna be like Borat and just call people chocolate faces now. Yeah, it's a chocolate face. Yeah. Oh my god, it was... It really was, dude, oh my god. Whatever, whatever. Oh my god, those people in that fucking apartment complex were fucking hilarious. Uh-huh. Venice Beach, yeah. We're thinking, you're thinking of the Tony Hawk games too much now. Uh-huh. What the fuck? That's interesting. Yeah, you're like, I'm good. Uh-huh. From what? Run from what? I'm just trying to help someone and make sure they're okay. Like, the hell are you talking about? Yeah. Snitch about what? Like, what are you talking about? You gotta love drunk people sometimes, man. I tell you. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. What the fuck? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, like, this is not the time to be making remarks about the 9-foot tall Hagrid with the 2x4. He was gonna get to platform 9 3/4 with that 2x4. Yeah, man. Virginia's just a sketchy fucking state to begin with. Like, let's be real. Virginia. Right, there's like just being like stationed like fucking dockside at the time and just being like, okay, it's Corona time and yeah, this is even worse somehow. Maybe when Corona hit, it actually became more of a normal state to like be in somehow. Yeah, right. It was so bad, it's just normal here now. It's like when I lived in South Carolina, dog. Like, my god, the Walmart I was at, once we actually started getting customers and shit again, it got really fucking busy. Like, we were always understaffed at the registers. We, like, never had enough carriage, like, cart, like, and shit for customers. And, like, I would legitimately have customers, like, older folk come up to me and, like, and I get it, you know. They couldn't get a cart, so yeah, they'd be fucking pissed because they're like, well, I'm old, I'm not trying to carry all this fucking shit around, you know? But they'd be like mad at me and shit, and I'm like, I'm not a manager, I can't put people on registers, I can't just go to the clothing department and be like, hey, you're working a register now, bitch, you know? Oh my. And then the manager says,
I hate that shit.
yeah, and that's, oh my god, at my, dude, the store I was at before was so horrendous about that. Like, I had this one lady, I don't remember what it was for, I think it was like candles or some like, no, I would have like this lady got mad as hell that I wouldn't go leave self-checkout to get an umbrella for her, right? And I was like, ma'am, I cannot leave. I'm the only one here right now, and I'm basically security for it. And she was like, "Oh, you're just saying that because you don't want to get it." I'm like, I was like, you know what? Sure, whatever, you know. So then like these associates walk by and she's like, "Can you guys go get this umbrella for me because he's not getting it for me?" And they're like, "Ma'am, he can't leave from here. He's security for self checkout basically." And she's like, "Oh, I don't care." And it's like, what? You know? Like, even they were just like, yeah, he can't leave. Like, what are you mad about? You know? Yeah. And, like, even when we, like, if there was, like, at least one other associate there, you know, I still technically wasn't supposed to leave to go do shit like that. But, you know, occasionally I would for customers because, you know, they actually needed the help or they just already had a bunch of shit and didn't want to, like, lose their spot. So I'd be like, oh, okay, let me go help you with that. But it's like, the ones who literally had one item, self-checkout was empty as hell, like there was no other customers there, and like they get mad because you're telling them, oh, you can't get the item for them. Like, what? You know? Yeah, like that shit was bad though, the store I was at before, man. Like this store that I'm at now is like so much better. Like I have had like zero negative interactions with customers, you know, like and even if I can't find something because I work the sales floor basically for like stocking and shit, you know, they don't get mad at me. They're not like, well, you're a fucking idiot who you should know where everything is because you work here, you know. It's like the yeah. Yeah, and like I had this lady today, and like sometimes I legitimately don't know where something is, but like working sales floor for like stock team, I can at least go like look around and try to find the item for the customer. But I had this lady today who was like, "Oh, you know, I'm trying to find like a thing for like your shower so you don't like slip." I'm like, "Oh, like a shower like floor mat thing." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, I don't know exactly where they are, but I could help you like look for them, right?" And like I ended up finding them like a minute or so later, and she was like, "Oh, thank you," you know, like appreciative that I took my time, like the time to help her find it, even if I didn't know where it was, you know. But like in the South, man, oh God, if you tried doing that, the customer would be like, "Okay, we've been like looking for like 10 seconds. Why have we not found it yet?" Like, I don't know, Karen. Do you work here? Do you know where everything is? Like, or I had this one guy who like cussed me out because no one else could help him at the time, but he was mad because they were helping other customers, and I just cussed his ass straight out to his face, and I was like, "Get the hell out of this damn store! Like, don't be a bitch, man. Like, you're at a goddamn Walmart. What do you expect? Like, fucking top of the line customer service, like chauffeur bullshit or something. Like, you're expecting 5-star hotel service? Like, nah, dude, you're in the wrong store for that." Uh-huh. Yeah. Damn. But yeah, no, like that. Yeah, I'm like, I definitely can tell you like certain areas and stuff in certain states are, oh my God, they're just bad. But yeah, like I would have like back to what I was trying to say before, but like when we had like no registers open because we only had like, you know, X amount of associates or no carts, I'd have customers jokingly be like, "Oh, where's my 10.99 or whatever?" And I was like, "What?" Like the first time someone said something, I just like looked at them and I'm like, "Do you work here?" And they're like, "No, but I basically did all the work that one of you guys did." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But then like every old customer started saying that, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." Ha ha ha. You know. Oh my god, that's the worst. I hate that so much. Because with me, I feel bad, you know, because I'm like, I can't help you because I legitimately do not understand what you're trying to, like, look for or trying to explain, you know, what it is you're looking for, you know? Yeah, exactly. Like, I would have customers in my other store use, like, the little Google Translate app or whatever sometimes, and I'm like, and even that thing does a piss poor job at times, you know? And, like, I had this one guy who was, like, using it and just, even the translator seemed confused. Eventually, I think I managed to, like, find what he was actually looking for, like, whatever the question at hand was, you know? But it was like I just felt bad because I'm just like, dude, like if I like at least just spoke the language you're speaking right now, I could have helped you probably like 10 billion times faster, but you know, unfortunately I'm only versed in English. You know. Right, all their like teen angst, all their My Chemical Romance anger. They're not all right. When I was a young boy, my father took me into a Walmart. Man, that was one of those bands too, dude. Like they were so good, and they just like disappeared. Well, no, they didn't disappear. They just made some really shitty music and then disappeared. Hmm. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. It's always shitty like when cuz like he wasn't like super old either. He was like maybe in his like 40s, I think. 30s, 40s. You know, like so he was like really young, you know. It always sucks when like an artist or someone that's like no well known just for like their talent or their art or their music or whatever like passes, you know? Like it's shit sucks. Especially like if it's someone like you idolize or like, you know, shit like that, you know. That's like wait when Chester passed away, that shit hurt. You know, I'm like I don't know this dude personally, but I feel like I definitely did through his like earlier music and like, you know, later some of his later shit, you know. Cuz like yeah, exactly. True. You know. Yeah. 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 For sure. Yeah, and it's like I think it's hilarious how like I don't know, man. I didn't really like Hunting Party that much, honestly. Like I still yeah. I I said Hunting Party. I didn't really like that album when it first came out. I still don't like it that much, really, to be honest. But like, you know, like it's still like part of like his like I guess legacy, if you want to call it that. But like, Yeah, for sure. But like their last album, which is I think One More Light, I think is what it was called. Like I wasn't the biggest advocate of that album when it first came out because I was like, you know, oh, this is like weird. I don't get it, you know. But then it's like you actually like listen to the lyrics and everything, and it's like, god damn, this is some fucking deep ass shit, bro. You know? Yeah, I think maybe in hindsight, I think in my personal opinion, it was called that because like he knew he was only like so long for this world, you know? Like I don't know, but I know there was some overdosing was involved, I'm pretty sure if I recall correctly, but he just had like a lot of inner demons that he was battling with, but I think his main thing is that like you know, you listen to their older stuff and you could feel that shit, man. Like you could feel that anger and just that aggression and everything. And it's like, god damn, this dude's got some shit going on, right? But it's like I think the problem is that like he never really reached out to anyone per se about it. And like yeah, where it's like, you know, he was like um just like charismatic is not maybe always the right word, but like, you know, like he didn't seem like he was ever like in that state of mind necessarily, you know, like he wasn't really fighting this like inner struggle, you know. But like I mean, obviously if you listen to their music like a lot like more like in depth now, like especially like the last album that they made, like yeah, you can like you hear that shit basically just through the lyrics and everything. You're like, god damn, you know, like, but that's the thing is people, not everyone who has those kind of problems reaches out for the help that they, you know, might need, you know. Yeah, for sure. Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, hell, yeah. I mean, it definitely, I can definitely a more modern example of that is, you know, to this day, it's definitely Five Finger Death Punch, like that. Their singer and shit, you know. That dude's gone through so many fucking like trials and tribulation, you know. It's like it's crazy. Like I remember the time I went to like I was finally able to go see them live. Like he literally like was like drunk as hell, played like two songs and then just left. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, like I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he yeah. Oh yeah. Did you know he actually left the band? Right. Yeah, the lead guitarist, yeah, Jason Hook, yeah, he actually left the band. I think it was this year. Yeah. So they replaced him already with a different guitarist. Yeah, for sure. I think he. Oh, yeah, their latest album was pretty good. It was called F8. But yeah, that album was pretty. What'd you say about Volbeat? Oh man, I'm not surprised. Like, they're a fucking crazy good band. But it's also like crazy if you, yeah. Which is funny because it's like when you have two other like heavy hitting bands like Avenged Sevenfold and Five Finger Death Punch, it's like, you know, to top that. I mean, yeah, Volbeat's a very well known band too, obviously, but it's like, it's always fun to see like the heavy hitting bands to see who can like outperform the other, you know. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it was weird because he was being all like, "Oh yeah, my sister or someone is like in the hospital or something, and I can't deal with all the stress and it's like, but his sake, everyone was like, what? Like, and then it turns out like he was just making up excuses because he was like drunk as hell, basically, and just didn't want to play. But it's like, man, if people are paying good money to see you perform live, like, either perform live or don't have shows, you know? Like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not surprised, but you know, you gotta realize it's like if you're dealing with that kind of stuff because of your choices, it's like those are your choices. Like, you know, like obviously, like I can't complain because like, you know, it wasn't just them that I went to see. Like, it was also Shinedown. So like, Shinedown still put a good show on. You know, as they always have since I've seen them like 3 times now. And then Shinedown, you know. Oh yeah, exactly. And then there was another band, 6 a.m., who was like formed by Nikki Six, basically. Yeah, that band's tight, dude. I remember, like, dude, they actually, in my opinion, stole the show, which is insane because they were at the time just like the opening band, and I was like, or one of the opening bands, and I was like, holy fuck, these guys are hella good. Yeah, right. Yeah, like it was crazy because like at the time I didn't like recall, like I didn't know it was like a band formed by Nikki Six, you know what I mean? Like I didn't know that, you know. And then they were like performing and I was like, god damn, and like their guitarist, man, holy fuck, that dude can shred. Like, god damn. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. And I mean, I get... What? What the fuck? Wow. What the hell? I would be like, yeah, I'm about to punch you in the fucking David Roth face, David Roth, if you don't shut the fuck up about these goddamn M&Ms. Get the fuck out there and perform. Uh, okay, I didn't know that. Makes sense now, though. Uh-huh. What the hell? Wow. Who's faxing cocaine again? Stop it, guys. Apparently Van Halen. They're wise beyond their years. No, I remember I actually saw Van Halen live in concert. Like, I think it was like one of like the last concerts they did at like Hollywood Boulevard. That shit was awesome as hell. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, what the hell, dude? like, what are you doing? Yeah, wait, say what? Excuse me? Yeah, when they played that shit live, dude, that was fucking cool. One of the more interesting concerts I saw was Blue Man Group. That's for sure. It was cool, for sure, but it was like super weird, 'cause, like, it was just literally all instrumental concert. I mean, that's literally all it was. At one point, I was like, are they just gonna play Orion already? Like, Jesus, just start playing Orion. That'd be funny. Yeah. That would have been cool if they played that, because I would have been like, it makes sense, you guys are an instrumental band, so fuck it, play that. Go ahead, you were saying one of the openers or someone that you saw. King Crimson. I don't think so, no. Okay. That's all the story. Have you ever heard of this band? No, they're really good. Okay. but like, did they? Yeah. Music. Whoa, bro! I don't believe it. Did they use their instruments to play these things called notes? Dude, that's great. What? I don't believe it. I should have been there. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like... okay. Like, okay, you alcoholic fuck, get the hell out of here. I mean, I do know that in recent... Yeah, right? Like, other than like, oh, you don't want to play here? Huh? 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 Yeah, like, he's sobered up finally. Yeah. But yeah, like... Oh, hell yeah, he was. Oh, man. What time is it? Oh, wow. It's already 5 in the morning. Look at that. Would you look at that? Yeah, I'm helping, me and my roommate are actually, gonna be going to, like, another store to help them with remodeling and shit, so... We're actually gonna be, like, at a different store for, like, a few weeks helping them with that shit, so that should be interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, but it's also nice because they're paying us for, like, the mileage, basically. Which is, like, kind of nice for obvious reasons, because that's, like, basically just free money. Like, essentially, like, almost in that extra $200 per paycheck, so it's like, hell yeah. Like, I'm not gonna complain. We're cutting the call. I said we're cutting the call. Cease and desist. Seek and destroy. Dude, I wish. Oh my god. There's like a... That still counts. I feel like that would have been like the best time to see them. Honestly. Like in those years. Yeah. Yeah, true, but I mean, yeah, I definitely know like bands I do need to see. Let's see, I still need to see Metallica, even though that'd be a very costly and expensive show because that's just how it is now. Megadeth, I still need to see them. Who else? Avenged Sevenfold. Like, surprisingly still haven't seen them, even though they're, like, basically, like, my favorite band. Who else? That's, like, Disturbed. I don't know if Disturbed is gonna be, like, ever touring again, though, really. Like, honestly. Yeah, like that was like, I think they're like the last album they released was like a couple years ago now. A newer band that I would love to see is Architects. I would love to see them. They're like a I guess like a British metal band, I want to say. But yeah, like they're really good. Who? Okay, I think I've heard of them. Yeah, but there's definitely a few bands I would still like to see at some point in time that I haven't yet. For sure. Faux show. I need to see a unpopular opinion, but I need to go see Skillet at some point too, because their newer music is actually like really good. Like they got like a lot heavier with their sound and shit. Oh, Breaking Benjamin. That's another band I definitely need to see at some point. Who else? Breaking Benjamin? How do you not know them? I said, how do you not know that band? Gosh. What are you, like, 6 years old? 6 years? What are you? You can't name any of them? I can't name any of them songs there, kiddo. Back in my day, I was in Nam. Yeah, but it... I was smoking a cig with the Nams. Yeah, right, man. I was like, man, why is our military not that cool? Probably. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna disagree with you on that one. God, but just imagine, like, if our chain of command was just, like, weed smokers, how much more chill it would have been. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, but they were dealing and shit, but they were the opposite of chill. Which is kind of funny. Honestly, I don't know, and I honestly nowadays could care less because they got whatever happened, they deserved it. For sure. I'm not a very vindictive person, but you know, when you're abusing your power to like basically cover up your shit that you shouldn't be doing as like a leader in the military, you know, you deserve whatever happens. I'm just saying. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's just it was what it was, unfortunately, but you know, still can't huh? Yeah. Yeah, or yeah, right. Or not even just that, but like if you're gonna do that shit, don't do stuff that makes it like look like you have a bunch of like things covering up something because, you know, like that's this why would you do that, you know? I don't remember exactly, but I think someone got like caught like I think one of them got like caught like smoking something or doing some shit and like basically like then they kind of like I guess ratted someone else out and then that just kind of led from one person to another and it was like it was a good amount of people who got busted too, like, and I was just like, yeah. Crazy, crazy, man. Oh, hell yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Right. Alright, man. Take it easy. Somehow. We'll make it work. Program the game to make it work that way, somehow. Alright, dude. Later. Yep. Peace. Ugh.